Welcome to this deep dive into network partitions and the split-brain problem in distributed systems. Network partitions are one of the most critical challenges engineers face when building systems that span multiple machines across a network. Throughout this series, we will explore what causes these failures, how they break our systems, and the strategies we use to protect against them. Let's begin our journey. A network partition occurs when the communication between nodes in a distributed cluster becomes completely broken. Imagine you have multiple servers talking to each other over a network. A partition happens when the network fails, preventing some servers from reaching others. This is different from a server crash. The servers are still running and healthy, but they cannot send or receive messages from their peers. This creates a critical situation where the cluster becomes isolated into separate groups. The split-brain problem is the most dangerous consequence of a network partition. When the cluster splits into two groups that cannot communicate, each group may elect its own leader. Now you have two leaders making independent decisions and accepting rights from clients. This is called split-brain. Both partitions think they are the legitimate cluster, and both leaders accept updates. When the network is healed and they reconnect, you have conflicting data that cannot be automatically resolved. This is a critical failure state that must be prevented. Network partitions don't happen by accident. They are caused by real, tangible failures in your infrastructure. Network congestion can slow down messages until they time out. Physical cables can be cut or damaged. Routers and switches can malfunction. Even entire data centers can experience power failures or network flaps that disconnect servers. The key insight is that partitions happen at the network layer, not the application layer. Your servers might be running perfectly fine, but they cannot reach each other. The most effective defense against split-brain is the quorum. A quorum is a minimum number of nodes required to make decisions. The formula is write quorum plus read quorum must be greater than the total number of nodes. For example, in a 5-node cluster, you need 3 nodes to form a quorum. When a partition occurs, only the partition that contains a quorum of nodes can continue operating. The smaller partition cannot form a quorum and must stop accepting rights. This prevents split-brain because both sides cannot simultaneously meet the quorum requirement. Before we can protect against partitions, we must detect them. The standard approach is heartbeat monitoring. Each node sends periodic heartbeat messages to other nodes, typically every 1 to 5 seconds. If a node stops receiving heartbeats from a peer, it waits for a timeout period, usually 3 times the heartbeat interval. After the timeout expires, that node is declared unavailable and the partition is detected. Gossip protocols help spread this information throughout the cluster quickly, allowing all nodes to agree on cluster membership. When a partition is detected, the nodes in the majority partition immediately begin a new leader election process. Candidates request votes from other nodes following algorithms like Raft or Paxos. Once a candidate receives votes from a majority, a new leader is elected in that partition. The minority partition, having fewer than a quorum of nodes, cannot elect a new leader and must stop operating. This ensures only one partition has an active leader. The minority nodes recognize they are isolated and refuse to accept further rights. Even with quorum-based protection, partitions create data consistency challenges. During the partition, if both sides somehow accepted rights before detection completed, you end up with divergent data. When the network heals and the partitions reconnect, the minority partition's leader steps down and acknowledges the majority partition's leader. The majority leader's version of the data becomes the source of truth. The minority partition must abandon its divergent rights. This data loss is unavoidable in split-brain scenarios, which is why prevention is critical. When network connectivity is restored, the recovery process begins automatically. The minority partition's leader recognizes it can now reach a quorum and steps down gracefully. The majority partition's leader begins replaying its transaction log to bring all nodes back in sync. This process typically takes 5 to 30 seconds, depending on the amount of data and network speed. Once all nodes have synchronized their state, the cluster is healthy again and operating as a single unified system with one leader. Preventing split brain requires multiple layers of protection. First, enforce quorum requirements so that minority partitions cannot make decisions. Second, deploy redundant network paths so that a single network failure does not partition the cluster. Third, use fencing techniques to forcefully stop minority partition nodes if they misbehave. Fourth, add external witnesses or arbiters that can vote on cluster membership even if they are not data nodes. Combining these strategies makes split brain nearly impossible to occur in production systems.
If you like this video, hit that like button and don't forget to subscribe. Visit codelucky.com for more such useful content.